was like, let's talk about masculinity.
Oh, I'm not prepared for that.
I'm not either. Like the day of, I was like, oh, that'd be a fun topic. But I definitely think that because I didn't know there was this Sigma.
That's right.
Yeah.
That whole.
And then I made a joke about the Ligma and
yeah.
So I'm no longer like in that mindset, but I think that'd be a interesting one to discuss.
You wouldn't be in the Sigma mindset anymore.
No,
You're beta.
Yeah.
Hey.
Who was it? Sarah was like, she's like, I'm not an alpha, I'm a beta. And I'm like, you're not a beta, dude. I was like, even Marky chimed in. He's like, she's not a beta, she runs the relationship. And I was like, yeah, see, like your boyfriend even says you're not a beta. Like
You wear the pants.
Yeah, let's be real. She's like, I'm not an alpha. I'm not an alpha. Like,
which is such a weird thing to not brag about. Because it's like the thing, like everyone wants to brag about that concept.
Here's the thing, right? Here's my idea or my thoughts behind that, right? If you're an alpha, you never claim to be an alpha, right? That's that arrogance and egotistic mentality. But if someone looks at you and go, I would classify you as an alpha, you'd be like, cool, thanks. Like, I feel like you'd humbly appreciate that.
That's a beta move. Betas are humble. They just
Sigmas.
No. Sigmas are above it all.
Oh, they're above it. I thought they were the humble alphas.
No. Hold on. Let's look it up real quick.
While you're at it, Ligma.
Sigma male. The true
alphas.
7 traits of a Sigma male.
Oh God.
Doesn't conform to society standards.
Oh God.
Self-sufficient, independent. Doesn't need a social circle to thrive. Lone wolf, some would even say. Adaptive and cunning. Prioritizes his wants and needs. Loves to be alone. And doesn't need attention.
So this is above an alpha.
The Sigma male.
It's not even an alpha.
It's some fucking internet ridiculousness.
I don't know, man. I've always been under the impression if you have to call yourself an alpha, you're not an alpha.
Well, it's also like it's also the idea of like these like labels of your prowessness.
I would call it prowessness.
Is like a funky concept.
It is. I feel like it's also opinionated rather than there's no factoids to it. Like
no, there's not.
Yeah.
Don't forget you have gamma and omega.
I don't even know what the fuck those are besides this Greek alphabet.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it's just like as you were reading off the Sigma ones, right? I'm thinking like, well, maybe that person's just antisocial. That doesn't even make them a Sigma. They're just
no. You're thinking far too into it.
Right? No, but see what I mean? Like it's opinionated. It's like,
but it's all that. Oh my God, all that stuff's so stupid. I hate it.
I agree.
Because like on the internet, in the internets, you have all these like these like they call them like manosphere things, and it's like people like the fuckboys like Gary V or who's the dude who's now like a sex trafficker.
Oh God.
Cobra Tate, the kickboxer.
No idea.
Oh my God.
No idea.
Yeah. So this dude he's like I only drink sparkling water. Still water is for pussies. And then he just got raided. His like house in like he moved to Romania because they have like looser laws about like
sex trafficking,
age, and sex, which he like explicitly said. And
Jesus
then
Christ.
Apparently he's been running like a cam business, but like kind of
shady
is maybe holding a bunch of women captive.
Jesus Christ.
To make them do this.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So anyway, but you get like a bunch of fuckboys like that are like claiming all this shit who have to constantly jerk themselves off to like everybody else.
Yeah.
It's like on YouTube they have like Fresh and Fit.
Yeah.
Like these two jokes, who are just constantly talking about how awesome they are. But it's funny, like those same people who are like, I love like, the alpha male and the beta and like doing all these like stereotyping of people.
Yeah.
Are also the same people who think astrology is bullshit.
This is true.
Yeah. It's just dude astrology.
Dudeology.
No, not even. That gives it almost more credit somehow.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's all that stupid bullshit.
Yeah.
So dumb.
I mean, still like if you have to claim something or you have to prove something, I just like it's.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Like you would like if you wanted to like believe in these like ridiculous hierarchies, then if you were what?
I have a story for you. Keep going.
Oh, but if you were a quote unquote alpha male, shouldn't your presence be known?
Right.
You shouldn't have to claim it.
No.
People should just be aware of your overwhelming presence and prowess.
And it doesn't even need to be like, oh my God, there's the alpha in the room. It's like, hey, like I like that guy, or like I look up to that guy, or that guy inspires me, right? Like it's not like, oh, like that's the big Jack. What's the not that he's a douche, but he just comes out. What's the Danny Professor or whatever? That dude that does like all the
Dom Mazzetti, the Brofessor.
The Professor. He's just like, I just love his videos, right? Like it's you don't have to be like that kind of douche. I know he's probably not that douchey in real life, but like. You don't walk into a gym fucking swinging your shoulders like you can't fit through a doorway and like, oh, that's the alpha. Like to me, an alpha is somebody who's like you walk in and you're like I know that guy. Like that guy's cool. Like I see him work out. Like in our instance, like that guy works out. I want to like work out with that guy, right? Like versus somebody egotistical coming in the gym, like fucking dropping their gym bag and being like bitches, I'm here,
making a show. Of
it. It's just like, dude, like.
Yeah, you would assume that if you were that charismatic, that you would have like a unspoken magnetism about you that would just people would want to be around you.
Right. Yeah.
Things to think about. All right, what's your story?
Oh, so this past Saturday, I don't know why I thought about this. Maybe it was douchery. I was hanging out with a couple people from the gym and we were watching Sarah perform, and one of their friends came to sit at the table, and we're talking. He started off chill conversation, right? And somewhere along the lines, we're learning, or I'm learning about him. They knew about him. I'm learning about him, and he has like a thing for Chinese women, and I'm like, that's cool, dude. Like to each their own, like whatever, And then he like turns to me and he goes, "What do you know about dragons?" And I was like, what? He goes, yeah, man, what do you know about dragons? It's like, that's the Chinese lore. Dragons were made by the Chinese. And I was like, okay, let me see where this conversation goes, right?
Like, I'm intrigued.
Yeah. And so I'm like, okay, explain to me. What do you mean the Chinese invented dragons? And he starts talking about how dragon was invented by the Chinese and it's their word for UFO, right?
Of course.
And I go, okay.
Track so far.
Okay. I go, all right, so explain to me more. Why is it a UFO? And he goes, well, in every depiction of a Chinese dragon, they're always coming down from space and eating a person or beaming a person in their mouth, taking them back up, and they come back as an emperor. And I go, okay, that's good lore so far. I go, now, here's where I start poking holes. And I go, what makes you think the Chinese invented dragons? And he goes, well, they were the first to do it. And I go, okay, no, I understand. That's why you said they create, like... I go, so what about Celtic lore, Nordic lore, Greek mythology? Like a lot of cultures have dragons. What makes you think that the Chinese invented dragons? He couldn't give me like, oh, well, it was, established at this date, or there were drawings in caves.
Damn, you're asking this dude to come in with references?
I just wanted simple. Like, I just wanted something simple. Like, if he would have said, like, oh, like I read a book, or I don't know shit, right? So I would have believed him somewhat, right? And then so he couldn't give me an answer. He was just like, yeah, man, they all have the same word. It's dragon. And I was like, that's weird because none of them speak the same language.
The Chinese word dragon?
Yeah, yeah.
With their one language?
Right, yeah, because the people in Northern Europe have the same word. That's weird. Dragon is a universal word for UFO.
It would make sense if there was an ethereal space being that came down. Like,
and he said, hey, I'm dragon. Right? Yeah.
And everyone's like,
oh, dragon, right? That'd be the one universal word, and everybody like, oh, dragon, right? But no, he couldn't explain that and define that. So at this point, I'm like, all right, this guy's a little tipsy. Let me see how far I can poke and prod this guy.
Why?
I was having fun with it. And so I go, all right, dude, so explain to me the elemental dragons. And he's like, what elemental dragons? I was like, I thought you knew Chinese lore, bro. I was like...
You know Aang?
Yeah. I was like, explain to me the elemental dragons. And he's like, well, like there's multiple deities. They came down and they had to suppress their power to not, scare off the people. And I was like, But I thought the idea was to create power amongst the people, or create entities or people in their stead for power. He's like, yeah, but it would have been too much for the people to comprehend. And I was like, okay, that's fair. But also, if their whole, because he was also explaining to me that their whole purpose is to watch us and see if they need to control us or interact with us or take over. And so I was like, so why would they hide their powers if we're growing at such a rapid rate? Why would they not just stop us or put an end to us? And he's like, well, I don't think they're allowed to. I was like, oh, great.
From the High Dragon.
Right.
King Dragon sent out an order that said you cannot
mess with these people.
You cannot interfere.
We are dragons. We are the Legion of Dragons, and we are only here to observe, right?
Yeah.
So then I asked him, I go, all right, so do you think these dragons had any any assistance in global advancement of technology? He's like, nah, man, I think we're smart enough to figure that out. And I was like, all right, this is, I'm kind of done with this conversation.
Come on. He could have had something better than that.
He didn't. So that's where the conversation kind of died. And it was just like that awkward silence at the table where there's like, okay, that was a stupid conversation. And now we're all like sitting here judging
and
you.
We're all dumber for hearing.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Billy Madison. He's just sitting there now holding his beer with both hands, just sitting in silence. And I'm like, okay, cool. Let me talk to these people who I'm here to hang out with. So I'm talking with them. And he's just like, all right, guys, I'll be back. Disappears.
He leaves?
He leaves.
Oh, you shamed him. You shamed him out of existence. Maybe he was actually
Maybe he was a dragon.
He was a dragon observing, and he was testing you. And you could have evolved above us.
I think I was evolved above him already. If that was a dragon, I don't want it.
See, what you should have said was like, what do you know about dragons? And you like look around and be like, well, I hear, passed down from my generation to generation, that there are 7 balls that if you collect and you put them all together, you can summon the great dragon Shenron.
I did not think that far ahead, but that would have been fucking perfect. That would have been absolutely perfect to be like, what do you know about Shenron?
Yeah, who told you?
Yeah.
Get all like shifty about it.
Yeah, like, what do you know about these dragons? What do you know about the one?
It'll grant you one wish no matter what.
Yeah. You just have to say some foreign language which is actually English backwards about carrots and peas.
Yeah.
Was it the Supreme Dragon or something like that?
What?
The gold one? Not Shenron,
one?
but the one above it with the...
Oh, I don't... Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the Supreme Dragon or something
Wasn't
like that.
That's, is that GT?
No, that's Super.
Is it Super? Oh, you're talking about like the universe dragon or
yeah.
whatever it's called. I forget what it's called.
Yeah, that's the high dragon.
Yeah, where like the planets are
yes,
Dragon Balls.
Yes.
Whatever.
Oh my god.
I need more Dragon Ball.
I've been told that they're supposed to be coming out with more, but there's a movie coming out. There's another movie coming out.
Animated, hopefully.
I think it is. I don't think it's live action. I hope it's not live action.
Do you watch Dragon Ball Evolution, right?
The live action one?
Yeah.
The terrible, shitty acting white Goku horribleness?
The one that had... Hold on. What do you got against white Goku?
White Goku was terrible.
I mean, he's an alien. He could be any race.
He was terrible.
I mean, literally the only thing that in Dragon Ball that had any reference to the actual show was just in name alone.
Yeah.
I just watched a video somebody talking about it, like commenting because they were like, okay, I've seen Avatar, not the blue people one.
No, Airbender.
Yeah, and he was like, I literally could not think that there would be any worse live adaptation movie. He's like, and I've always heard stories about how Dragon Ball was like one of the worst movies just alone to ever exist. He's like, but I caved in and watched it, and it was like 15 minutes of him being like, holy shit, this movie is awful, and just poo-pooed on it.
David and I gave it an attempt. We ordered some High Life, and we're just having a chill day, and we're on Amazon Prime, and he's like, yo, is that Dragon Ball? And I was like, no, we're not fucking watching that. He's like, come on, let's watch it. And I was like, no, dude, we're not fucking watching it.
If it's free, maybe.
It was free.
Fair.
And he goes, come on, dude, let's watch it.
It would be almost more It would almost be more reprehensible if
To
they
pay for
charge
it?
if you
Yeah.
paid for it.
No. So we watched 10 minutes, and then I was like, I can't
so bad.
fucking watch this. I turned it off. I forgot what we watched afterwards, but I was ashamed of myself for even putting it on.
Yeah, it's a sin. It's literally a sin.
It's terrible.
Like it's you have the what's it called in Catholicism? The mortal sins? No.
Oh yeah.
Whatever it is that are like you can't come back from.
Yeah, mortal sin.
Is that mortal sin?
Yeah.
That sounds right. Whatever.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I'm pretty sure it's mortal sin.
Sure.
7 deadly sins, mortal sins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway.
the ones you can't be repented for.
But the secret one is
is Dragon Ball. Yeah. In its entirety.
yeah.
Yeah. If you sit through its entirety,
You are destined for a fate worse than death.
yeah. You will have to watch that movie for the rest of your life.
Oh, could you imagine? That is almost a personal hell of mine.
Yeah, I couldn't. I'm 10 minutes was the personal hell. And I hated David for every minute of it. I hated it.
It's fair. Yeah. More Dragon Ball, please.
Less Dragon Ball Evolution.
Let's talk about Evolution. I'd totally down for a movie if they make a movie as long as it's animated.
Yeah. My boy Jeremy was telling me about it. He's like, he said, we have to go watch it. I forgot when it's coming out. It's being released in Japan in July. And then I guess it's supposed to come to the States either late August or September. So.
Sure.
Yeah.
Usually takes a little while. I mean, I'm sure once it comes out in Japan, you could watch. I'm sure you can watch the
Yeah, but
dubbed version.
He said that they're actually going to release it in theaters in
really?
August. Yeah.
Oh, I'd be down to go watch it.
Yeah.
Like in the theaters.
That's
That'd be
what
awesome.
He told me. He's like, yeah, like, would you be down to go watch it in the theaters? Like, fuck yeah, I would. He said it's supposed to take place. Fuck, is it prior to, like, right before Broly or right after Broly?
But there's been a couple movies post Broly.
Yeah, it's something along the Super timeline versus like the GT or the
GT's non-canon.
Right. So I again, I'd have to ask him. It was very brief in conversation, and then
Yeah, I'll look it up.
yeah,
Because I'd be down to check that out.
yeah. I was interested. So
I imagine they'll probably do like a limited release like they did with Demon Slayer.
Demon Slayer, yeah. I still have to finish that.
It's awesome.
The first 4 episodes were awesome. First 5 episodes were awesome.
I was so you have the Demon Slayer, and then the one that came out was like the Mugen Train or something like that. And then the next season, which is like the Entertainment District.
Yeah.
Like I was reading something about, or maybe I wasn't reading something. I think I overheard like something I was listening to talk about. Like each episode is like a shit ton of money because the animation in it is like so in depth. But like the second season of it, that like visually is crazy. It is stunning for like an animation.
Yeah.
It's crazy good. Not in the sense of like how realistic it looks, but just like
How well it's put
just
together,
like how well
drawn and animated.
like how well it's animated,
Yeah.
like how it flows. Like I forget what it's called. It's similar to like One Punch Man. So there's these moments where like it's not necessarily they up the frame rate, but there's something with like the animation where things get like a lot smoother in movement. And there's like they do stuff like that in One Punch Man where during like fight sequences where it's like really crazy, it looks really smooth, like it's really like crisp is kind of the best way I can use it to describe it. And I guess like when those moments happen, it's like a really like steep increase in like budget and cost and like time to animate.
I believe it.
And I guess that's like, I mean, pretty much every episode of Demon Slayer has that in like some form or fashion.
Demon Slayer looked like, I mean, watch it on my TV with the PlayStation. Like, I know exactly what you're talking about. Like, because there's some fight scenes in the rain where like it's not slow, but it's clean, and you can see the processed rain or the drawn in rain falling, but you can also see a clear visual of the trees and the leaves blowing during the fight scene. You're just like, holy shit, this is awesome. Like, this is so well animated.
It's almost like, it's like when you see the different, it's, if you're a gamer, it's like when you notice the difference between like a 60 frames per second and then like 120.
Yeah.
Where it's like, it's a night and day difference. And just like, even though the graphic quality is exactly the same, like the pixels and whatnot, the way that the frames move is like smoother. It flows better. It's odd.
I like looking at things with that Unreal Engine when things get processed through the Unreal Engine.
Have you seen some of the renders from like Unreal Engine 5?
No.
Oh,
Well, I've seen, so they had like, They had that little preview thing that they were showing like videos of like.
Well, did you watch the Matrix thing? They had like the Matrix game.
I tried to, and for some reason, like every time I went to the Unreal Engine or Unreal.com, like it wouldn't let me. It wouldn't. I couldn't see it for some reason.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
You can watch the video. They just released a new one with as like Superman. Or was it Superman? Yeah, I think it's Superman. And it's like it is insane to look at.
Yeah.
Yeah, go check it out because it's like I think it's a demo that you can like download, and it's not like a game that you can play. You literally you are Superman and fly around.
Yeah.
Same. They did the one with the Matrix, where you just are Neo and you can just run around and just do random shit in like a small town essentially. Yeah. But like aesthetically, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Some would say
unreal.
It's unreal. The most unreal. I'm so interested to see like how video games are going to like progress.
Yeah.
With like this new tech.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, didn't the Mortal Kombat we saw parts of that was rendered with Unreal Engine, or at least that's what I heard. Maybe like the ice or the frost that they used for Sub-Zero was supposed to be.
I would be surprised if that was the case because I don't know that.
I'll have to look.
I don't know that that's used for. I could be wrong, but I don't think Unreal is used for like cinematics. I think it's meant for like video game design.
Yeah.
But I mean, I could be wrong because it's. Yeah, I'm not going to get into the details, or I mean, I'm not going to mess up all of the details about like what it is and why it works and why it's so amazing.
Right.
It's triangles. There's more triangles essentially. That's all you need to know.
It's really good.
Significantly more triangles. Which makes things look amazing. Yeah, check it out. 10 out of 10 recommend. I'll put a link to like the YouTube video. Just make sure you watch it in like the highest quality you can.
Get a good computer.
Yeah, either a good monitor or I mean, if you have one of the newer phones, most of the phones have like 4K displays at this point or some degree. Yeah. So crank that bad boy up. Boop. Crank that soldier boy. Okay, but yeah, the one thing that I want to talk about mostly
the actual topic
of today was to be fair, I was listening to another podcast and they were kind of hitting on a similar topic, and it had me thinking of like just thinking about like from my own experiences, and it was pretty much like why you shouldn't be a trainer, or like why you shouldn't become like a personal trainer.
There's a handful of good reasons to not become a personal trainer.
And like it's so when I was thinking about this, it wasn't so much about trying to dissuade people from doing it, but more so like here are aspects to it that like if you're not really committed or really interested in like the process of it all, it might not be a role for you.
Right.
Because like I was reading some stats about it, and like you talk about like attrition, right? Or like loss of people, right? So you think about like a health club might talk about attrition in the sense of how many people quit versus how many people you have.
Yeah.
Right. And you want a very, very low attrition. Ideally, everybody stays. And like the dropout rate of people from like becoming like trainers is like in the well over like 70% of people or something like that, like stop becoming trainers.
That's a huge.
And there's a lot of reasons behind that, like, which we'll talk about. But yeah, it's super high. Like imagine like Google was like, yeah, we lose about 80% of our employees every year.
Our turnover rate is 80%.
Yeah. Like people would be, the first comment wouldn't be, oh, it must be all these people suck and they're not really good. It'd be like, why does Google suck so much that everyone's quitting? Right. Which is not the case. Sorry for slandering you, my future Lord and Savior Google. But I think a lot of it is because like a lot of people get into fitness, like get into the fitness teaching space because either they have had some sort of positive effect on their lives, or they like in the sense of like fitness did something positive for them,
right?
Or they like did it themselves and they're like, well, I did it, so everyone else can do it, and then they're like, I'll be a trainer.
Yeah.
And that seems to be like a lot of people that I know that have like gotten into training is like that's where it went from or where it came from. Sorry. But
mine was very much the first route. health and fitness, or fitness had a positive effect on my life. So that's why, yeah.
Yeah, totally. But like the which is might have why you got into it. But like, would you consider yourself a trainer, or like really consider yourself a coach these days?
A coach versus a physical or personal trainer. Yeah.
I mean, I kind of argue they're one and the same.
Yeah.
To be totally honest, they kind of serve the same thing.
It's true.
To be honest, like,
I just don't do the one-on-ones.
Yeah, you know, I mean, which you don't have to.
Yeah.
Right. Like, group fitness instructors are still like, they're trainers. They're still coaches to some degree. Just as I am like a trainer, people call me coach, which I'm still not quite sure how I feel about yet.
I love it. I love being called coach.
It feels funky to me.
I love it.
Like, it's nice. Like, it's cool when people are like, hey, coach. I'm like,
yeah.
What? All right.
I
Sure.
love
I'm
it.
like, I guess, yeah. But so yeah, so anyway, this got me thinking of like, okay, what are like reasons why you might not want to be a personal trainer, or why you shouldn't become one.
Yeah. So
the first one was you deal with a lot of different types of people.
Oh yeah.
So and I was like, okay, in my head, who have I like, what are the type of people that I've worked with, and or like what are characteristics?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, you have, I mean, a big one that is polarizing is political affiliations.
Mm-hmm.
You have like, the different sexes. You have different like backgrounds or ethnicities. You have just general like personality types.
Yeah.
You might have like really high energy people. You might have really low energy, slow people who are just going through the motions. And like literally anything and everything in between.
Right.
And like a cue or a thing that my brother told me when I was younger, or when I was early into my career, is like, he was like, you have to become a chameleon.
Yes.
Essentially.
Yes.
And that was like a weird thought to me, because I was like, well, why wouldn't I just be myself? And it's like, well,
doesn't work.
It does it well to some degree.
You can't be yourself 360 degrees.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because like, I like to argue, but there's no way in hell that I'm going to just, if somebody says something stupid, I'm just going to be like, well, actually, what you just said is factually incorrect. It'd be insane to do that every single time.
Yeah. No, you'd hate yourself.
I would be well, actually, I'd have a really good time with that, but I'd be broke as shit and have no clients.
Also that.
But like chameleon in the sense of like, you don't have to necessarily agree or go with everything that's being said, but you kind of have to mirror your person to some degree.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so because ultimately people aren't necessarily hiring you for your personality. Mm-hmm. Some might, for you being you. They're hiring you because they have a goal or something that they want to achieve, and they likely see you having either like the requisite information, the requisite like knowledge, or they see something in you that they want in themselves.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to like mirror people to a certain degree.
Absolutely.
Right. So
absolutely. Yeah. There's, and the chameleon's probably the perfect word, or another phrase would be wear multiple hats, right? Like,
yeah,
you have to be able to adaptability.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be able to adapt from client to client to client, because each client has specific needs. Each client has specific wants. Each client has specific injuries. Each client has specific immobilities. You are great at adapting to all of your clients, seeing most of your clients all the time and how you work with them. It's like, it's never the same thing throughout the day.
Yeah.
So, I commend you, right? There's not a lot of people who can do that. I don't do it. Like, I fucking turn down everybody that goes, oh, you train me? No, go ask Ryan.
You're like, hard pass.
Yeah, hard pass. Go ask Ryan. I don't know the patience. But yeah, like, chameleon. That's the best fucking word for it.
Yeah.
If you cannot be adaptable, if you cannot hide your emotions, like what Rob was saying, like you can't let stuff trigger you. Mm-hmm. Like, if you can't do that, you gotta pass. You gotta move on to someone else. Like,
yeah, exactly. And like, yes, 100%, right? Like, I have like a bit. So again, a highly contentious one is like at the moment is like political stances.
Yeah.
And I have people all over the political spectrum who some are willing to talk about it, some aren't.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to pressure it. Like
Right.
I don't care
Yeah.
really. But if I were like, oh, this person's a liberal, I can't work with you. You have terrible views about the world and society and blah blah blah. Or like, oh, you're a Republican, like, oh, just the worst in society and blah blah blah. Like, I would have no clients.
You have 0 clients.
And people would think I'm fucking mentally unstable.
Correction, you probably have half the clients.
I would have half clients.
Yeah.
But there's that is the time that is spent with me is not time spent with trying to persuade people into life, like not lifestyle, because technically I do try and change their lifestyle habits.
Yeah.
But
more the health and fitness aspect versus like their opinions on the world.
Yeah. Right. And if we get it, like, I mean, you may or may not have heard some like conversations that I have. Like sometimes I have like heavy conversations with clients.
I try to avoid those. Like if I hear a topic where it's like, this is between you and your client, I'll walk away. I'll be like, this is them time.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to get involved.
Sometimes it's bad. It's for the best.
Yeah.
Then sometimes I have like people will bring stuff up and I'm just like, ooh, it might not, right here might not be the best place to do this.
Yeah.
Like there's a room full of people.
I've had that before.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, maybe not right now.
Yeah. Let's not have that right now. Let me shut this down.
Yeah. But, you can't be triggered by stuff like that.
No.
Because ultimately at the end of the day, people are coming to you because they see
your
you have
profession.
You have the ability to do something.
Yeah.
And like they're your profession, right? Like I'm not going to an accountant and being like, can
you train me?
Pressure. Well, yeah. Well, one, train me, but like two, like I'm not going to try and pressure test their outside beliefs. Like, do you know what you're doing? Can you help me in this regard?
Yeah.
You can? Cool. Fuck
Are
yeah,
you a
let's
good
rock.
accountant? Yes.
Cool. Like, yeah.
Perfect.
That's
literally what I need you for.
That is the only thing I need out of you. But so
you don't go to a car salesman and be like, hey, can you sell me a house? Like, no, dude.
Yeah.
Can't.
Yeah.
I sell cars.
Sell cars.
Fuck
Sell
outta
cars
here.
and I sell cars good.
Yeah. Propane and propane accessories.
But yeah, so that was pretty much it. So I
Yeah.
was like, you have to be able to be adaptable to the people that are in front of you.
Absolutely.
Kind of regardless. Now, obviously, there's going to be certain things that I'm like, that I would probably be like, no, I don't want to affiliate myself with you.
Yeah.
But odds are I'm never going to run into them in a professional sense for me.
Right. They probably aren't. Those kind of people probably aren't looking for you.
Also true. There's a really good chance of that as well. The second one was it's hard to make money.
Yeah. You got to hustle.
You have to hustle a lot.
A lot. Every day.
For the most part, yes.
Every day you're hustling.
Every
day
you hustling.
you're hustling.
Yeah, that was like one of my biggest concerns. So, I obviously I've said this a bajillion times, right? But I used to work in health clubs, right? Back in Chicago, out here. And one of the nice parts about working at a health club is like there is a active population of potential clients directly in front of you at all times. All I have to do is walk around the floor and not be a total piece of shit.
Really just, hey, how you doing today?
Yeah.
Form's looking good. or form could use some help. I'm a trainer. If you need some advice.
Yeah, let's chat.
Right.
I'd be able to have some sort of conversation. And
that's what it is. You have to be able to communicate. You have to be able to communicate. Otherwise, you just like, again, Danny Broflex, like, sup, bro? You want fucking traps like me or what? Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
So, but like from the health club side, it was easy, right? It was easy.
It was a fucking all you could eat
for the most part. Yes. And then, but on the flip side, well, yeah. So you have that, and then, but on the flip side, when I like kind of began to go more, well, when I switched and went independent, right, on my own now, then you have to be like, you have to figure out, marketing. You have to figure out how to advertise yourself. You have to figure out how to get people to even know your existence.
Yeah.
And then on top of it, and this is in both settings too, you have to be able to sell.
Yes.
So can you sell yourself, and do you feel comfortable telling people that you cost money?
Yeah.
And especially as you progress and you start to value yourself and your education and your understanding a little bit more, a lot of money.
Yeah.
Like I know I'm not cheap, but that them's the deals.
Right. Yeah. And you can't have an ego about it. Like, you can be a little egotistical to yourself or internally, but you have to understand they don't know you. They don't trust you yet. So you have to be able, like you said, sell yourself, sell your product, sell your quality. You can't just be like, well, look at your friend. Look what I did for them. Like, no, it doesn't work. That approach doesn't work for everybody.
Not always.
Yeah. Like, you can't just be like, here's my example. Unless you can properly sell it. Like, well, have you seen the progress that so-and-so has been making over the past couple of weeks? We've done that together. That's something I could do for you if you're interested, right? But you can't approach it with that ego. Be like, look at your friend.
True.
Your friend lost fucking 15% body fat. Now they're skinny as shit. I can do that for you. Broflex. Yeah. Protein. Yeah. So again, you have to check your ego when selling yourself.
Yes, that's in general. That's generally a good rule of thumb.
Yeah.
Because ultimately, it's not about you.
Right. Yeah.
Which is another piece, but.
We'll get to that one.
But it's hard. It is hard to make money, kind of upfront because exactly what you said. Either there's a bunch of factors, right? We've talked about like confidence in your abilities. Mm-hmm. You need to understand how to sell, right? Which is always uncomfortable for almost everybody at the very beginning.
Yeah.
And then two, like, how do you even get people? Like, I'm still learning how to do that. Mm-hmm. I almost exclusively operate off of word of mouth.
It's hard. Referral. So here's what I like, right? Referrals are your best clients because somebody who you shined a great light on is shining that light for someone else to see.
Yes.
Those are the best clients you're going to get. And if you lose a referral, fuck. Oh my God.
Well, they're the hottest of leads.
Right.
Right. Especially if it's like, right. Because you said it earlier, trust.
Yeah.
You have to develop trust very quickly right off the bat, right? And people are better bullshit detectors than I think a lot of us give credit to.
For, yeah.
So if you're bullshitting, they're not going to trust you,
right?
But if it's like, say for you, like you have like a really good friend, and your friend trusts you, and you're like, hey, and they're like, hey, I'm looking for a trainer. Like, oh, Ryan, like go talk to Ryan. Here's his number. Give him a call.
Yeah.
Right. Like that trust that you guys have will essentially transfer to me. Mm-hmm. Now, I still obviously have to do a little bit of work to
still gotta sell yourself.
Solidify it.
Yeah.
But that is such an easier job.
Absolutely. Because it's pretty much, if it were me and you, I'm serving you on a platter. This guy, you just have to sell why I trust you.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. And that's exactly it. But yeah, it's hard to make money.
Yeah, and it's the same. It's the same in the pool industry right now. Like, I mean, we're fucking swamped, right? It's summer. Everybody wants a fucking pool by summer. So all the pools we're working on, all the people that we're working on right now, they're referencing out to other people, and they're calling, "Oh, you're doing a pool? Can I have a pool by summer?" Like, yeah, you can have a pool by 2023. That's fine.
Yeah, which summer are you talking about?
Of course, right? But so you go and meet these clients, or rather, I go and meet these clients. If it's a referral, I'm dead honest with them because I know they know. They've already talked to clients that I've sold. I could have bullshitted that first client, but now I got to keep that same bullshit. Not that I bullshit my clients, but like, I go in and I tell them, they're like, oh, we have a couple leads already. And I tell them, good, you should. You should have competitors. I go, you would not be doing your due diligence if you did not have at least 3 bids. And they're like, well, you don't want to earn our business? I'm like, no, I'm going to earn your business. I'm going to walk away out of here. You're going to call me back and you'll be like, let's go with you. I guarantee it. I've had that 9 times out of 10 so far on all my clients where I walk out saying, look, I'm not the cheapest, but I guarantee you the vibe that you and I have is going to lead throughout and the project is going to be perfect.
Yeah.
I have sold 90% of my jobs that I've actually met, which is huge for me. Like when I first started, it was like a 30% rate.
Yeah.
Now it's like if I go and because the same thing, right? If I don't like the client's vibe, I'm not going to sell it to you. I don't want to deal with that headache. It could be a $150,000 project, but if I have to go through it or I have to put my guys through that headache, I don't want it.
And sometimes
or
it's
going to be a $200,000 project just for our mental health. That's it. That's just what it is.
A mental health surcharge.
Yeah. But like I tell my clients, like, like I'm not here to bullshit you. I'm here to create the yard of your dreams. So yes, we're not the cheapest, but I can guarantee you we're the best quality for the best price.
Yeah.
Sells.
Yeah, I mean that's it. I mean, sales tactics are. Yeah. It sounds slimier than it is, just like say that, but like there's a psychology to it, and like if you have to do it, you have to sell honestly, right? Like for example, I got a new client today. Like probably chatted with them for I don't know, like 30 minutes.
Yeah,
but like to be totally frank, I would say 90% of what we talked about wasn't even about what she was coming to me for. Because most of it was like, I need to build a little bit better rapport, and like I need to know who you are and what I can even do with you.
Absolutely.
And it was, I totally lost my train of thought. Got a client.
Building rapport, selling yourself.
Yeah, it's gone.
Oh.
Whatever. Anyway, point of it is like, or fuck, I don't know.
But you're
Say
right.
something.
No, because you
Save me.
You had said that the idea of sales or being a salesperson has like a sleazy or like negative connotation to it, right? Because we all think like, salesmen, they're just trying to take our money. They're just right. Yes, there are. I'm not going to say no. Yes, there are sleazy salesmen. Yes, they just want your fucking money. Yes, they're con men. Yes, there are tons out there, which is why I always say, go with your gut. Trust you have to go with the salesman you trust the most. And like, I had one lady in LA, and I'm trying to get her. I feel bad because her permits they're being delayed. So she's like, any word? I'm like, no, not yet. So I'm trying to keep her trust, right? But the reason she went with me is because she said, I trusted you the most. Your bid was above everybody else's by $15,000, but because you and I communicated so well, I trust you. My husband trusts you. We had you in our house 3 times. We believe everything you're saying. We're going to go with you. Nothing I told her, I bullshitted her on. I sold her everything she wanted. I told her, we don't need this. You don't need this. Let's not do this. Like, I was saving her money. Like, that's my whole goal when I sell is like, yeah, you may like this, but if this is not in your budget, we shouldn't do this. And if they push harder and harder and they go, look, I really want this. I really want, I go, look, this is what's going to cost. Are you sure? I have no problem selling it to you, but I want you to be sure that this is your final decision.
Yeah.
They say yes.
That's what I was getting at, was you have to be honest about your entire process. Yeah. Right? So again, bullshit detecting. People know when they're getting sold to some degree, and especially if they're being oversold. Yeah. And so for my client today, she was like, she came in hot with just like, okay, how many times a week do you want do? Should I see you? Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, hold on. Like, yeah. Well, we need to get into the details of like, you sent me an email. Yeah. That was like what felt like a frantic, like I need that, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. And just like vomited onto your keyboard. But at the end of it, she was like, okay, so how many times, like, okay, so what does it sound like? And I was like, look, like with everything, I was like, maybe I'll see you once a week for the next couple of weeks. I'm like, and then you should be good to go. Yeah. And she was like, really? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, you don't need to do this. Right. Like, you don't need to do as much as you think. And sometimes like telling people like less of what they walked in with is better, because again, I think that's going to build, one, just from a trust standpoint, and two, she's going to be like, oh, he's not bullshitting me. He's not trying to steal money from me. Because I could have easily been like, I'm going to see you three times a week for the next 8 weeks. And we'll go from there. And here's the price. But which would have been astronomical. Yeah. But it would have been such a waste of her time. It would have been a waste of her money. Time. It would have been a waste of my time too, because I would have had to, honestly, I was thinking about this afterwards where I was like, man, if I would have just let her take the reins on that, I probably would have been like forcing and making shit up to like, to make stuff happen. Yeah. So that way she didn't feel like she was wasting her time. And knowing who you are as a trainer, you hate that. You hate that. It's a little boring. Yeah. Well, it's more so it's boring. It's boring because you're just like, what the fuck are we going to do today? Right? Yeah. Like, you don't need to be doing this. Like, why do I fucking make something up for you? Like, yeah. So half of, like, honestly, a lot of what I end up doing is talking people off of the ledge that they think they need to jump off of, and be like, no. Like, we can step down here, actually. Yes. And you do a couple of these things on the side, and, like, we're off to a good start. They're like, oh, I didn't even think about that. Right. Like, yeah. That's my job. So that's the other hard part, too, is, like, could you make a shit ton of money? Can you make a shit ton of money? Yes, it's a lot of work, and it's ultimately way more work than you think it's going to be to just sell people like a lot of sessions, a lot of like stuff, because you're going to have a very high attrition rate when people realize like either A, you don't know what you're doing, or B, you're making shit up and you just told me what I wanted to hear. If you cannot produce results at the end of the day, no one will trust you. And that's for you. That's also why you're going to have like consistent referrals, because yes, you might have been the more expensive bid, but also you told them what they're going to get. Like you're giving them what they want. Yeah. They're going to have a great experience out of it, as good of an experience you can have of, not landscaping, but like building a pool essentially. but you're gonna make their lives a lot easier by going through it in a good way, and they'll come out at the other end being like, fuck, like, hell yeah, like, oh, I see where I probably shouldn't have spent my time or money on this. Eric helped me realize that, and gave me exactly what I wanted in the fashion that I wanted, or maybe even more than that. And so they're like, cool, Eric delivered exactly what he was going to say. Like, you all need to go to Eric. Talk to Eric for your renovations.
And I've gotten so many people reaching out to me like that. You know, granted, like some of at this point, the referral game is good, but it's not lucrative because people have an unrealistic idea of what a pool costs currently. And so I'll get a referral. I'll call them or they'll call me and we'll chat and they'll go, okay, so what would something like this cost? And I'll go, look, this is going to cost you anywhere between $75,000 and $90,000 just to start. And they're like, oh, really? And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, summer is a terrible time to ask us for a pool. Like, if you want to continue this conversation, I suggest we do it in November. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, hint, hint. So what about now? No, November.
I mean, like, it's like, yeah, we can do it now.
Yeah,
but
I'm like, yeah, we can sign contracts in a month.
It's gonna be
but you should wait till November. No, I want to do it now.
All right, that's fine.
Okay. I tried to warn you.
I've kind of come to the conclusion that unless somebody is really just like being like out of their mind with their pushes, I usually am like, I'll give you a couple, like maybe one or two outs where I'm like, hey, no, I think this is what you need to do.
Yeah. And
if they're like, they keep pushing, I'll just like, okay, sure. Yeah. Like, if that's what you want to do, that's what we're going to do.
I'm right there with it too. So like pool covers, right? Pool covers, automatic pool covers. Are they a godsend? Sure. Nothing falls in your pool when the pool's covered. Kids don't fall in the pool. Animals don't fall in the pool. There's a pool cover. Safety. It's strong enough to at least hold about 50 pounds. So a small child or a dog can run across it and not drown. Right?
Yeah.
Fine. The selling point for most pool companies and most scam artists is a pool cover will keep your pool warm. Scientifically, yes, the top 3 inches to 6 inches of your water will be anywhere from 1 to 5 degrees warmer than 8 feet down. So yes, I could sell you it by saying scientifically proven to keep your pool warm. Facts. Does this affect the rest of the pool layers down below? Absolutely not. And I tell all my clients this. They go, well, I heard a pool. I go, yeah, scientifically, yes, I could sell you one and tell you this is what it does. Realistically, if you're jumping in the pool in the winter, it's still going to be cold as shit.
Which this is a perfect segue into the next part, which is you have to counter wrong information consistently. And I cannot stress how much consistently means because it is almost every single day.
Yeah.
That I have to, like, somebody says something, I'm like, well, that's not quite correct. So here's the deal.
Yeah.
And I mean, this is like literally like half of the shit that we talk about on these things anyway, is how wrong so many things are.
I read on the internet. Oh, okay.
On the internet.com, it said this. Right?
Yeah.
Which kind of parallels into another point that I had, which they were kind of one the same about, like, you know, immediate results type of thing.
Oh, yes.
Which is always another one, because this is the common question that I always get is like, how long is this going to take? Depends.
Yeah. How much effort are you going to put in?
And that's always the most frustrating part, is because for me, honestly, this is just for me, because I love being able to give an answer.
Right.
But like, there is no hard answer on that.
No.
I could
give you a range.
Yeah.
But I can't give you an end date.
Like, people would be like, okay, I want to lose 20 pounds. How long is it going to take me to lose 20 pounds? Depends. Depends on what you eat. It depends on how you train. It depends on your lifestyle factors. It depends on your sleep, your stress, your work, any medication that you take, your work. Do you travel? Do you have kids? Like, what does your daily life look like? Do you sit at a desk all day?
Yeah.
Like, there's so many things that play a role into wanting to lose a couple pounds.
Yeah.
Because I could be like, well, thermodynamics tells you that if you burn X amount of calories per week, this means that you'll lose about 1 pound a week. Idealistically, that'd be 1 to 5 pounds. 1 to 1.5 pounds a week is like a healthy range. So if you're trying to lose 15 pounds, this could take about 15 weeks.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's so long.
Potentially.
Yeah.
Right? Like, because like sadly, I can't be around. I can't. Sadly for me, like when it comes to like weight loss stuff, I can't be around a person every waking moment of the day to be like, don't put that in your mouth.
You wouldn't want to be.
No, it'd be terrible.
Yeah.
And also, you would have to be like a
stupid,
like
rich.
a Saudi prince to be able to afford that.
Stupid rich.
Yes. Could you?
If you one day tell me, hey, guess what? I got my dream job. I'm literally following someone around to tell him what not to do, and I'm making $200,000 a year. I'm like, when are we going on vacation?
$200,000.
300. Fuck if I know. I don't even know the number.
It would be so expensive.
I don't even know the number. See, that's how crazy this would be.
I had somebody ask me that once, and they're like, "What would you like if you were to be like somebody's like one-on-one, like literally you were their person every day, you were around them, you were helping them, all of stuff, like what would it cost?" And I was like, man, I don't know. I was like, but I can tell you it would be well into six figures a year.
Yeah.
Like,
oh yeah,
far into that number.
Oh yeah.
And
because you give up everything.
Well, yeah. And he was like, really? And I'm like, I'm like, imagine how much that is, like how much work that is. I'm like, for this guy in particular, I was like, I only see you twice a week and you paid, decent amount of money.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah. I was like, now imagine that. I don't know, say 5 hours a day.
Yeah. No, it'd be more.
Well, it was just example. And I was like, imagine that for 5 hours every day. I'm like, for let's say 5 days because, weekends.
Right.
And he was like, yeah, that would add up pretty fast. I was like, yeah, it add up real fast. Yeah. He's like, would you take something like that? I was like, maybe.
Maybe. The price would have to be right.
Well, the price would have to be very right.
I guess the person too.
But the person is more so. But also, like, I don't know if I even want that. Like, that would be,
man.
I would have to really like somebody, because here's the deal. I don't get me wrong, I like money.
Yeah.
But I don't like money enough to sacrifice everything else that I do.
I get that.
Because, and I said this earlier today, I was like, every single person, because one of the coaches asked me, he's like, do you like all of your clients? And I was like, hell yes, I do. I was like, I am so fucking lucky, because literally everybody that I like work with is somebody that I would willingly hang out with as well. Like, I have to keep that, that little barrier between us. But like, if they were like, hey, I don't want to work, like, hey, I think we're done. But like, I want to hang out. Yeah. I'd be like, fuck yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Every single person.
Because then one door closes, the client,
the professional side
closes, and the friendship can continue to grow. And you're just like, fuck yeah, man. Like, this is so cool.
Yeah. I literally would hang out with everybody. Yeah. So I'm like super lucky in that. So to then be like, you get to hang out with one person for an entire year, I'm like, that's a lot aggressive.
That's a lot. And 5 days a week, 5 hours a day.
Like, I love a lot of my friends. Yeah. I love you.
Yeah.
But I'm going to be frank.
I'd fucking hate you after about 5 hours.
I don't know that I can hang out with you that much every day.
although I feel like I could go on vacation with you.
100%. We could totally vacation
because I think it would be different. We would go on adventures, and that would be fun versus like if it was just this 5 hours a day.
There's a difference. Yeah, there's a little bit of difference.
I
of
might
like
throw shit at you.
The profession, like, but like that professional mindset, right? Where it's like things change a little bit.
Absolutely.
I wouldn't do that. I don't know that I like anybody enough to spend that much time with them.
No, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Even Marissa and I will be like, hey, I'm going to go in the bedroom and just be there. Yeah. And they're like, okay, cool. See you later.
Yeah. and that's healthy, right? Everybody needs that. You need that separation for a little bit, even if it's just to go fucking clear your head, or go play video games, or go take a nap, or go eat something by yourself. Like, you need that. Everybody needs that shit.
Yeah, you need a little alone time.
Yeah.
Which is a beautiful segue to kind of the last one that was on my thoughts was you have to be on all of the time.
Oh yeah, it sucks. It's so draining.
Yes. And I know we've talked about this before, but like because you're in a service, I'm in a service industry, or if you're a coach, you're in a service industry. And one, you have like, obviously people, again, hopefully are hiring you for your skill set, but also they're hiring you because they kind of like you as well.
Yeah.
As a person.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I wouldn't hire somebody I didn't get along with.
Again, it goes back to that trust thing.
Yeah. And so with that being said, like, I'm very cognizant of the idea of like, I have to be present and on personality wise for everybody, regardless of kind of what's going on with me. I mean, like last week, I mean, I was sleeping like 2-3 hours a day.
Fuck, dude.
Or for a night.
Yeah.
It was horrible.
Was last week the Aries?
Yeah. And so like I was dragging ass, but like it was literally like there was moments where I was like, okay, I got 10 more minutes. I'm like 10 more minutes. I can power through this. I got this. And literally like they would be done. And I'm like, okay, good. I would just like slump over.
Yeah.
I'd be like, okay, I'm so fucking tired. Like, all right, I'm going to go like sit on the couch.
You took a lot of naps last week.
Yes.
I didn't want to bug you. I know how you get.
It was, no, it's only when you wake me up in the middle of a nap for no reason.
Which is why I didn't want to bug you.
Fair. Thank you. Yeah. There was somebody like, I got up, I think it was V. And like I got up and she's like, were you sleeping? And I was like, yeah. She because she came to like the 9 a.m. class.
Oh yeah.
And she was like, you took a nap at like 8 a.m. And I was like,
yes.
Yeah.
Very much yes.
Yeah. I was like, yes. And she's like, why? I'm like, well, I haven't slept and I was here at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
So here we go.
Yeah.
But you have to be on all the time. And that's kind of like regardless of what's going on in your life, like obviously you're not always going to be perfect. And there's going to be sometimes issues happen. But like you can't walk in being pissy because of a fight that you had with your partner or something,
or you didn't
something
sleep.
Or you didn't sleep or something news bugged you. Like you can't do that.
Yeah. You know, I learned that very early. Like you have to check it at the door. And it's the same thing when you go in and when you leave. You leave work at work, you leave home at home. You can't bring the two, because if you come home with a fucked up day from work, fuck.
Yeah, it's a nightmare.
Yeah.
And it's not fair either.
It's not, because your partner doesn't know what to expect. They don't know what's going on. You know, you had a rough day, you snap. Like, shit, god damn it, right? Sorry. But feelings get hurt. And it's like, fuck, man. Like, I didn't mean to say that, or I didn't mean to come on. You know, you have to be on, and you also have to be able to stop one at the door of another.
Yes. And it's challenging. It's really hard.
Yeah. I honestly, it's experience. You have to experience it, unfortunately, to know and to realize when you need to cut yourself off, or, you know, when you need to check yourself.
Yeah. And that was one of the big thing that, like, for me, that I've learned with like Marissa. Like, Marissa is super forgiving in a lot of things. She's very understanding, I should say, and forgiving. But for me, whenever I get like I get stressed or I'm tired or exhausted or something like that, like I get real snarky real fast. And like I've learned at this point where like I would pretty much, like, if it ever is like getting to me to a point where like I couldn't shake it before like I walked into the door, I would just be like, hey, like I'm in a weird mood. Like I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at really anything. I'm just like funky mentally today. And take anything that I say with a grain of salt in case it comes across more snarky than it needs to be.
Right.
Feel free to call me out. I won't be mad. Right. And that's the conversation that gets had. And that happened like a couple times last week where I was like, look, I cannot handle what's happening right now. So I just need to like sit here at the computer and just stare at a screen.
Of course.
And she was like, cool. Like, let me know if you need anything.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, cool. Thank you. And like, you know, half hour goes by and I was like, okay, I'm good. Let's watch TV or something. Like, let's talk. But anyway, back to like the work portion of it. Like professionally, you don't get the luxury of being off.
No.
And I think a lot of people will kind of write off that, like, well, you know, you're a trainer. Well, think about it in any other profession too. Like, does a doctor, because they've had a bad day or like they got cut off on the way there, that they get to be an asshole to you when you're getting like a checkup?
Yeah.
No.
Like,
no, they shouldn't.
Sometimes they're still assholes, but
yeah, there's other personality traits that sometimes flow with doctors or medical professionals. But that aside, like, that's terrible.
Right.
Like, it's a terrible.
You don't want to go into your doctor with like, you know, something's concerning, and they just come in with a fucked up attitude.
Yeah.
Like,
what's wrong with you?
Yeah. Why are you fucking back here again? Your fucking knee hurt? Fucking put ice on it. Get the fuck out of my office.
Yeah.
Like,
imagine
shit.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
Or just like, or like, like customer service, right? That's ultimately a lot of like what it is.
Yes.
So we took Aries to the vet, and the vet that we had was a absolute nightmare.
Oh God.
She wasn't mean.
Yeah.
But it was the most like apathetic conversation we've ever had.
Yeah.
So he was having some issues, and this vet calls, and it's no one we've ever worked with before. And
that also sucks.
Yes. So at this point, we were like, okay, we have this one doctor that has been absolutely phenomenal. That literally we recommend to everybody, like, go here and go talk to this doctor. But we were like, okay, so what's going on?
Right.
What did you see? And she was just like, yeah, I don't know. And it was like silent. We're like,
You don't know what?
yeah, like what do you mean you don't know? And she's like, man, I just don't see anything wrong with him. And we're like, okay,
Like from the chart or physically? Because we could point out a bunch of
this
shit.
this would be like this is like after a physical examination. We're like, okay.
Oh.
And so it was like awkward silence. She's like, yeah, I'm not quite sure what to do. And like both Marissa and I are like mouthing to ourselves like, what?
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
are you saying right now? And so, obviously we do our own, we've done, this sounds terrible to say this, but like, we did some research to be like, okay. And so we're like, well, do you think it could be this? And she's like, yeah, that's a possibility.
Oh my God.
And we're like, okay, should we
test for that?
Should we maybe test for that? And she's like, yeah, we can do that.
Oh my God.
And like both Marissa and I, like, now again, we're sleep deprived as all hell.
Right.
And so we're like tears streaming down my face because I'm like rage.
You're furious and you're
like,
exhausted.
Like I'm tired and rage is leaving my body through my tear ducts.
How did Marissa not jump down this vet's throat?
She held it together.
Oh my God. I could just see her being like, are you fucking stupid? Like,
she held it together.
I'm so proud of her.
Until
she'll never hear this, but I'm so proud of her.
She'll hear it next year. She held it together until the phone call ended.
Oh.
But yeah, and I was like, okay, so what about this? Should we maybe look into that? And she's like, yeah, actually, we could definitely something we could do. We probably should do that.
Oh my God.
And so like we hung up and we were both just like, what?
Well, that was fucking useless.
Yeah, you're like, what was the point of that?
Yeah.
Like this just literally turned into us being like, here's our dog and we would like you to run these tests.
Yeah.
What? In what world is that even an acceptable concept?
Never.
It shouldn't be.
Never.
But that's ultimately what happened. And thankfully, in typical Aries fashion, everything comes back completely normal. Like nothing makes sense with him.
Right.
And then and then he just all randomly gets better.
Yeah.
And that's the fucking cycle that we go through with him. Where like something absolutely insane happens, and then by the time we go to see the doctor, he's like,
no, I'm fine.
He's like, no, I'm
fine. I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
My parents are tripping. I don't know.
Dude, I shit you not. That's exactly how it goes. Like I'm not even making this up.
I believe it.
It's so insane. Like the other vet that we take him to, like literally every time, like the last time, so he had like the kidney issue, so he was going through all this stuff and we did some blood work and he's like, we got some kidney issues. The other doctor was like very grave with the way that he was speaking. Mm-hmm. Side note, he doesn't work there anymore. And
I remember because you were telling me that like things took a turn for the worse for Aries and it was like,
for a hot sec.
Fuck.
Yeah, so we had to like change all these things.
Yeah.
And we were like kind of freaking out.
Mm-hmm.
And then, we make these changes. We go to the doctor that we like finally. And she's like, look, I'm not one to, she's like, I'm not really a big, like knock on wood type of person. She's like, but look, everything came back perfect. She's like, I have pretty much never seen this happen before. She's like, I'm not going to question it and we should just roll with it. And I was like, done.
Oh my God.
Again, typical Aries fashion where like,
nope.
Pretty much kidney failure to like, no, we're all good.
No, Dad, I'm fine.
It's so insane.
I just had to pee.
It's so insane. But anyway, terrible customer service. And like, I don't hold it against her. The only thing I could think of is that she
had a bad day.
She was having a bad day and wasn't able to shake it well enough when it came to like dealing with us.
Right.
Because it was horrid.
Yeah.
I almost called so we hung up because she's like, okay, I'm going to do these things and I'll call you back. Mm-hmm. And I was about like literally calling. Marissa's like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm calling the vet and I'm going to ask them if they can take whoever this lady is off and make sure that the other doctor is the one who like reads his reports, reads his charts, does the testing.
Yeah.
And she was like, don't do that. Like, that's insane. And I'm like, what? I'm like, you were here, right?
Yeah.
Like
we just heard the same conversation.
We were just a part of the same conversation. Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, I don't know if I would have refrained. I probably would have done exactly what you wanted to do.
Yeah, it was hard. But anyway, we both agreed that we will, when we make an appointment, we will be like, when is this doctor in? So that way we can see this one.
Yeah.
Because I don't think there is anything wrong with requesting somebody that you've had positive experiences with.
No, absolutely not. They
Some
might
would
just be backed up, but
sure.
Yeah.
And some would say, had good rapport. Mm-hmm. I trust them.
Yeah.
And I want to continue to go see them.
Right. What a doctor should be.
Kind of, yeah, for the most part.
Crazy.
It's weird. But yeah, anyway, point is, with all of that,
Customer service.
you have to be on, like,
Yeah, you got to check yourself.
in any profession. You don't, especially like a customer facing profession, you don't really get the luxury of having a bad day to your patient, your customer, your client, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah, wait till you get back to your car, drive around the block, then blow up,
Yeah.
let off steam, count to 10,
Then go back,
move on,
do your thing, right? Move on with life.
Yep. Yep. I've had to do that. Oh man, I've had to do that a handful of times in my industry.
I can only imagine.
And I've had to call my cousin and be like, "Yo, I need you to take me off. Like, I can't." And he'll laugh and he'll be like, "What's going on?" And I'll explain it to him. In the beginning, he was like, "Nah, like there's no way, right? There's no way these people are like this terrible." And I go, "Come with me next time.
Join me.
Come with me next time." Literally every time. I see what you mean. I'll take you off. Like, because I would say of most of the company that I deal with or that I work with, having worked at Trader Joe's for so long, like I have really good customer service, and for a customer to irk me that bad, I was like, man, what did I do to deserve this one? You know, what did I do? I had one client in her rendering, she wanted to see grass. She didn't say she wanted to buy grass. She wanted to see grass. I put it in a rendering. Pool, spa, stepping pads. We're coming to the end of the project, and we've already told her we don't have a gardener. We're not going to install grass. Come to the end of the project. Well, when are you guys putting in grass? We're not. Well, it was in the rendering because you wanted to see it.
Yeah, you wanted to see what it looked like.
Well, I paid for grass. Nope. No, you didn't. We would have never sold that to you because we don't offer that.
Yeah, it's not a thing that we do.
Well, I was misled. Who were you misled by? Well, by Eric. He said I was going to get grass. I never said you were going to get grass. I said I would show you grass in your rendering.
That's why everything needs to be written. Everything always needs to be written out.
And that's why we were like, please refer to the contract. Nowhere in there does it say grass. Please refer to your bid. Nowhere in there says grass.
Yeah.
So she's like, well, what do I do? He's like, my cousin was like, that's your call. Whatever you want to put back. You want to put grass back here? Put grass back here.
Yeah.
We're not going to pay for it. She was a nightmare. Absolute nightmare. That's a job that I got pulled off of.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And sometimes you have to know when to say like no with somebody.
Yeah.
We've talked about it before, so I won't dive into it, but like I've had to fire people where I'm like, look, this just isn't working.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and you like, and this was even like early times of where like I needed the money because I was broke. Yeah. But it's like, it's not like the money is not worth
your mental
aspect and the headache that I like am going through.
Yeah.
Because I want to do a good job for you.
Yeah.
And it's going to force me to jump through hoops that I don't want to jump through, either mostly because I'm like morally, I feel like it's wrong for me to do this. Yeah. And it's like, look, just move on. Like, no hard feelings. Do your own thing. Figure it out somewhere else.
That's how I am with my teleprompting gig, right? Like, I say no to more job opportunities because it's too much of a headache for me. Like, granted, this is another conversation needs to be had, but like, I was told I'd be given a raise. We're in July. We're a week away from July, a couple days away from July. I haven't seen a raise. Yeah. Right? Gas is $7 a gallon. I would be making $3.50 a day before taxes. It cost me $100 to fill up the truck. Yeah. If not more, right? After taxes, I make $250, $275 minus the $100 for gas. I make $170 to go hang out for one day to do shit that I don't want to do for a company I don't want to work for, to hear a product or infomercial I give no fucks about, all the way out in fucking Booney fuckingville. Absolutely not.
Hard pass.
Yeah. So then, they always ask me, well, why do you only take these jobs? Because they're fucking 10-day jobs. It's worth the money, and I like the people there. Yeah. It's easy. It's a no-brainer.
It makes the mediocrity of like the day-to-day that much more entertaining, like that much more fun.
Yes.
Right? When you can like have a conversation, you can have fun. You enjoy being around the people that you're going to be with. Yep. Like nothing is worse than slogging your way through like whatever it is that you have to do.
Yeah.
Like
Being in production, for those listeners in production, I know, like, you know, sometimes we have standstill days, right? You don't do a goddamn thing, but you're there for 8 to 10 hours, right? Because you're getting paid. But I always tell people who don't understand production, like, I would rather be doing something else with my day and not making that $350 because I'd be productive.
Yeah.
I cannot sit in a fucking room for 10 hours and do nothing. It drives me insane.
Yeah.
Even if I'm getting paid $350 a day, I cannot sit still for $350 a day and do nothing in a fucking dark room.
Yeah.
I hate it.
And yeah, I mean, yeah.
I hate it.
Fair.
Yeah.
Totally fair. But yeah, anyway, those are the main points that I wanted to
Those are fun.
hit on. Just some Friday musings.
Yeah, those are fun. I mean, I feel like we mused a lot too.
Mused.
I was amused.
The worst. But that was a good one. As a slight aside,
Yeah.
do you like the band Muse?
Okay. So,
Okay.
in high school, right?
Okay.
Everybody loved the band Muse.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I'm not going to be one of these fucking hipster nerds. It's like, oh, I like the band Muse because everybody else likes the band Muse. So I took the immature opposite stance and said, Muse is overrated.
Okay.
I fucking loved Muse.
Okay, awesome.
I fucking loved the Muse.
The Muse.
The Muse.
Right.
The Muse. I went to go see them with a friend of mine, Elias, and we were in the studio, and he was like, oh yeah, man, like I'm gonna go see Muse at the Forum. And I was like, what? When? He's like, oh, this. He's like, do you like Muse? And I was like, so I got to be honest, right? I told him the story, and I told him I like their music, but I've always been a proponent of them being overrated. And he goes, no, man, you got to see them live. They're amazing live.
That's what I heard.
Best show I've ever fucking seen of a single band.
Also, the same thing that I've heard. That
Best show I've ever seen.
That like their live performance is like phenomenal.
Their graphics are incredible. Their light show is fucking amazing. Their theatrics with characters that come on stage, mind blown. Fucking mind blown. I would pay to see them again and again.
Perfect.
Their live performance is incredible.
Well, now I know because I really want. I don't know if they're performing anytime soon, but if they are, like, I really want to go see them. So
Muse. I forgive me for ever fucking saying Muse is overrated. I apologize wholeheartedly and take back everything I've ever fucking said negative about them.
That's good. I'm happy to hear that. But I also like. I love hearing that. Like, so Muse is a band that I definitely listen to for sure. But like for whatever, like when a band or performer can like really put on like that show live, like, man, I feel like that's a rare feat.
Yeah, I agree with you.
That was like I think we might have talked about this before, but I saw Seether, kind of like they were part of like a big lineup.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah, I know a bunch of Seether songs.
Yeah.
Like this would be, or a couple.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, I actually know a lot of Seether songs. Like, wow, they have a lot of hits.
Yeah.
Did not know that. But man, like to this day is easily like one of like, I was sitting there just like, what is happening? No, it's not like they did any crazy like
good
stage.
or bad?
No, good.
Okay.
Like not that they did any sort of like theatrics or anything like that. It was just a bunch of dudes standing on stage, and I was like, I don't know, like a football field's length away. Like I was forever away. But just like their performance was like so good. It was so tight. It sounded so like just it was solid.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy shit, this is like them playing like a studio recording through the speakers.
Right.
Like it was so good.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, cool. Yeah.
So yeah,
Seether.
There's a couple bands that do that for me. Rise Against was one of them. They were one of the first bands that Bad Religion was one of the first bands I ever saw live. That was probably my first concert.
Surprisingly good live.
Yeah. Oh my God, I was blown away because like I was listening to their CDs, I was burning their songs. Like I loved them. I think Tiger Army opened for them, and I had known maybe one or two Tiger Army songs.
Psychobilly.
Right? I was just like, holy shit, Tiger Army is dope live. And then I listened to their albums. I'm like, I can't. Like I started with them live, like CD. Like they're one of the bands where you're like, live sounds better. I mean, most of the time live sounds better, right? But like My Chemical Romance live blows away CD. Rise Against, The one band that kind of has lost it for me, and I don't know that I'd pay to see them anymore, is Taking Back Sunday.
I could see that.
When I was in high school, Taking Back Sunday live, I saw them twice live. Blown away. The antics, the music, the way they performed their album, like beautiful. After high school, I saw them at larger shows, like not specifically for them, but they were part of the lineup. I was like, oh, what happened?
There's a certain point where it's like, they lost the gusto,
which ended up happening. The drummer left, the bassist left, or the guitarist left, and I was like, oh well, okay, that makes sense. All right, I get it. What are you gonna do? You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, there's only a handful of bands that do that for me where I'm just like, live is better.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll keep that in mind next time I see
Muse.
either of them show up.
The Muse tickets?
When the Muse tickets go live. I always manage to miss it. I don't know how.
Oh man, yeah.
That's the thing that sucks.
Yeah. There's I mean, I know you do too. I miss live music. I miss going to see live music.
I know. That's why I like when I keep talking about like let's go like what I was saying like to Ish today. I was like, yo, I'm like, when are we gonna go to a show?
Yeah.
He was like, I don't know. And I'm like, no, man. I'm like, I really want to go see live music.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care who it is, what it is. I'm like, I want to see somebody perform.
They're performing more at the Rose Bowl, which I like. It's close to me. It's not close to you, but
Close
yeah, they're doing more performances at the Rose Bowl. Obviously, at the Greek and the Hollywood Bowl. The Forum is actually the Forum stays packed. Like there's always events going on at the Forum now.
It's just so far away.
It's oh god,
that's the only thing that sucks.
Trust me, I fucking hate that drive in and out. I hate it. But they have good shows.
They do have good shows. Patrick and I went to one, and we there was this weird moment where we were just given tickets back to back to back.
Oh shit!
I don't know how or why, but they were like, "Oh, here's some tickets. You should go." And we're like, "Okay, sure." Yeah,
Okay.
someone gave him stuff, and he was like, "Hey, do you want to go?" And I was like, "Yeah, let's go." And then literally maybe 2 weekends later, someone's like, "Hey, I got tickets. You should here you go." And I was like, "Hey, do you want to go to a show?" And he's like, "Sure."
Right.
But man, that drive is so awful,
man. If gates open at 6, you got to be there at 4.
It takes forever to get there. It takes forever to park.
Yeah.
Though the one was nice because the person that gave us tickets was is in the music industry.
They had a parking pass.
They had we had the
VIP pass.
the VIPest of access.
Oh.
We had no business being there because it was literally we were in this we had this special sectioned off seating area for this music lineup.
Right.
And it was in this area that had there was celebrities there, I think, and then it was music executives, and there was it was catered, and they had an event, and there's other stuff, all this stuff there, and it's and we were wearing these we had these special badges to go, and we were both just we shouldn't be here.
But did you act like you belong there?
Oh yeah, we ate all the food. We watched the show.
All that matters.
It was free drinks. It was great. It was so good. But we had streamlined entry and exit. So that was the one that was really
fucking incredible.
Yeah, it was for it was one of the iHeartRadio things.
Oh, okay, yeah, the festival, iHeart Festival or whatever. Yeah.
I don't know what all I know is Beck played, and I was like, fuck yeah, Beck,
okay,
let's go.
Cool. That's another one I've never really gotten into.
It's a thing.
Yeah,
he's I think he's a phenomenal artist, but it was I was like, oh cool, I'll get to see Beck.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know that I'm not that interested in him.
Yeah.
It was when I saw Bob Dylan. I like Bob Dylan. I really like his music, but I'm I have never been that
big of a fan.
That ambitious to make sure I saw it.
Right.
And it was a right time, right place.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I'll watch Bob Dylan. And I was like, well, I did see Bob Dylan.
Check that one off.
It was the same time that he got arrested in Chicago.
Good.
Well, hold on. This is actually funny. He got pulled over and arrested in Chicago because he was putzing around the nice area, one of the nicer parts of Lincoln Park.
Yeah.
Because they thought that he was a homeless guy.
Oh.
And so they arrested him, and then they had to call his manager and be like, no, this is the Bob Dylan that he's saying he is, because he didn't have an ID or something on him. And so
they couldn't tell by the voice.
Apparently not. I
guess you could fake the voice, but
yeah. So yeah, there was this story of the Chicago police accidentally arresting Bob Dylan, thinking that he was a homeless dude just creeping around.
God,
it's pretty funny. I was like, all right, sure.
He passed away, right?
I don't know.
Oh shit.
Actually, maybe.
I feel like
It would make sense.
it's either him or I think it's. I'm almost positive it's Bob Dylan.
Let's find out. Bob
I could be
Dylan
wrong.
is still alive.
He's still alive. Okay, then who the fuck is my?
He's 81. Good job. Good job, you.
Yeah, way to live. Way to stay living. Oh, was it Tom Petty?
Tom Petty did pass away.
Tom Petty
I am
passed away.
so happy that I got to see him perform. I pretty much forced one of the guys that I worked with back in Chicago.
Yeah, that's who it is.
His dad was doing like the stage management stuff, and he was
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to go." And I was like, "No." I'm like, "We're gonna go."
Going.
I was like, "If you have tickets and you don't want to go,
I'll
like give
go.
him to me."
Yeah.
I was like, I'll be your dad's son for a little bit.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Man, I don't know." And I was like, "No, man." I'm like, I need to go to this. It was Tom Petty and Steve Winwood, which was phenomenal.
So my boss at the teleprompting office used to be Tom Petty's teleprompter.
No shit.
Would go on tour with him, went overseas with him. Like he was with Tom Petty every tour.
That's awesome.
When he passed, the band, the manager, the wife reached out to him and was like, "Hey, just wanted to let you know he's passed. You're invited to the services."
Yeah.
Low key. Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. I when he died, I texted my boss. I was like, "Hey, are you okay? How are you doing?" He's like, "I'm hurting." And I was like, "I bet, man, you fucking spent half your career with this fucking dude. Like,
yeah, right.
Fuck. You are part of the Tom Petty band. Like, I fucking."
I heard he was like I didn't get a chance to meet him.
Yeah.
But I hear he's like nice dude.
My boss said he was one of the greatest people he's ever met.
Yeah, like super chill, real low key, like really nice. So, well, on that note, I need to skedaddle.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else you'd like to add?
Let's see. Have a safe 4th of July, everybody.
Yeah.
Assuming this comes out next week.
Yeah, it should. Yeah, be safe out there and
wear a condom as you fuck the day up. I heard that on Instagram and TikTok, so I was like,
oh,
let me add
that's
that
kind of
one in.
funny. Live long and prosper. What did I say to my client? I was like, spade, neuter your pets.
Oh yeah, tip your waitresses.
Spade, and neuter your pets.
Yep, absolutely.
She was just like, "What?" I'm like,
she didn't get it.
She did. But it was like,
it
was
took a minute.
No, it was just so out of context. Because she was like, "Where did that even come from?" I'm like, "Look, my brain is weird. Leave it alone." All right, Eric, where can people find us?
You guys can find us on our Instagram at another_rep_podcast, and you guys can email us at anotherreppodcast@gmail.com.
You can listen to us to wherever you listen to podcasts, and depending on what you're listening on, make sure you like it and subscribe to
follow,
it.
and subscribe, and then share with your friends.
Share with your friends if you enjoy it so much.
Yeah, if you hate it, share with your friends. That way they can hate it too.
And if you have enemies, send it to them too.
Definitely send it to them.
Definitely the enemies.
Tell them we want to be enemies with them.
Yeah, you know what? If you hate them, I hate them too.
Yeah, I also hate them. If
True.
you hate us and you want to send it to your enemies, we hate them also, even though you hate us. And then with your enemies, we'll hate you as well.
We'll all hate together.
Yes. Because that's what the world
the
needs more of.
circle of life. All right, Mike.
Bye.